Well, this week has been interesting. So, in our this week's DMV State of the Union, let's get into Marilyn Mosby in Baltimore. What is going on, Micca?
I'm gonna let you talk about it first.
Okay, so word is Marilyn Mosby spent some money from her campaign and bought some houses and some properties. Apparently, there's not a lot of truth to that, and she's up against, she's got to go to court, I think like middle of May or something like that. And they're saying that she's like wrongfully accused of this. This is what Angela Rye and a few other people in political positions have been saying. And to me, I like my girl Marilyn from everything she did with Freddie Gray and everything like that. If the woman went out and bought property on her own money, then by all means, what's the harm in that? And I also feel like as a Black woman in power, they're always going to have a target on your back. So it's just like you kind of got to keep it clean and cute. You can't go out here doing certain things because as a Black woman or just being Black in general, you already got a target on your back. So it's like this is where as a person in that position, I feel like you should know better. Yeah. But if you don't know better, you should do better.
I'm going to say I agree and disagree because I will say I think when we had that Freddie, the Freddie Gray case happen, everybody was really trying to come up off of that. And me with politicians, you don't waste any crisis. Right? You can use anything to come up off of. And I think she's no different. I mean, yeah, she's a woman, she's Black, but she's a politician.
Right.
So at the same time, she, used that to gain that popularity. Now, when you really get in there, you find out, yeah, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. I can only do a little bit of this because you promised so much stuff. But then you really find out how it actually worked. Then you just like, I think a lot of them just be like, F it, I'm going to just get in where I fit in, and I'm going to do me. Where it comes in with Marilyn is she literally used, she misappropriated funds. And a lot of politicians do this. I'll give her that. A lot of politicians do this, but it's still wrong. Right. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to cut her no slack just because she's, a minority, Black, whatever you want to say, right? A woman, whatever. I'm not cutting her no slack. And then, to me, just by being, a minority woman, then you got to think of all the other minority women who are in the hot seat. Fannie Wilson, Tiffany Henyard. So Fannie Wilson is if y'all don't know, is the DA in Georgia who was busting it down for a real one. Okay. Her man called her a gorilla grip. Okay, this all came out in court. This is not me. This is the court, right? So she's actually misappropriating funds. She's calling herself using trying to prosecute Trump, but at the same time, you got to think she was prosecuting. She's also the one using lyrics to prosecute rappers. That's her. So she's going to use your lyrics to prosecute you. Whatever, that's fine. But you can't prosecute somebody who used to be the district attorney for. The defense attorney for. So she's already in that camp. She knows the insides and the inner workings and everything. And now you're going to prosecute them as the DA. Like, ma'am, it's a conflict of interest, all of that. So you got to think of that. And then you're doing stuff with your with the state funds and things like that. But you're trying to prosecute Trump on something. It's like, ma'am, you're already doing something wrong.
Okay, and that goes back to my initial point, which was as a Black woman or as a Black person in general, you're going to have a target on your back in general. So you got to keep it clean. You can't do stuff like that. And so for her, it's messy. It's messy. But with Marilyn Mosby, on the other hand, if it is true that she used her own money to do that, then by all means, why is she being held accountable for something that she did not do?
Because she didn't use her own money, and that's the problem. So, like, when you get into, like, state politics, a lot of the times, they use a lot of the funding, and they run it like a business. But it can get very convoluted. Like, I think with Marilyn, what probably happened is she used them funds that she was getting from the state to do whatever she wanted to do and thought she was going to put that shit back. And they was just like, nah, ma'am, we see it. We see it.
I mean, that's very possible. That's very possible. And I'm not here to doubt it. I mean, I just think that personally, it's way more other people that are out here doing way more stuff with
There's
funds.
tons. I agree.
But I think that what she did was she messed herself up because they've been out for her since Freddie Gray. Them people been coming for her. So it's like when you're in that position and you know people coming from you, you have to
You
be
gotta
smart.
be above board.
Yeah, and you have to have integrity about how you choose to do it. So if she did do it, then
she deserves everything she gets.
It's unfortunate to see a black woman in that position to go down. As a black woman, you never want to see another black woman go down. So I feel bad for her, especially when there's people in power, in positions right now that's abusing their power, that are using funds and money to do all types of stuff, and they're not getting crucified. Though.
But when you speak on the abuse of power, which she was speaking on, you can't go back and do the same thing that you just crucified somebody else for.
What's the saying? Die by the sword, live by the sword. Like live by the sword, die by the sword. So the same sword that you're talking about.
Yeah, you about to die on it. You clearly about to die on it.
I mean, I'm interested to see the facts. I'm interested to see the ruling because my thing is, if we got Trump running for president right now and he got all the stuff he got going on and he's still able to get through what he's gone through.
The difference is, though, it's his money. It ain't my money. So if she's using her money and want to be getting in all the type of criminals, girl, go ahead.
But that's not fair to. I just look at it like this. But it's like, why throw the hammer at her if you're not going to throw the hammer at every other person that's misappropriating funds?
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. If you're using your money and you want to get into criminal activity,
right?
Well, I don't really care. But if you're using my tax money that I could have kept in my check, no. And that's all I'm saying. I don't care what she does. Okay. She can do whatever she wants, because at the end of the day, to get up into certain places, you're gonna be making promises to certain type of people. You're gonna be lobbying. You're gonna do a lot of different stuff. But I think it's unfair when you get into everyday, because most of the people that pay taxes are everyday average people that are barely, and I do mean barely, able to pay certain things, and you're gonna use that to, get yourself into generational wealth or whatever like that. It's the same thing you just said you were complaining about in the power structure and the whatever that powers that may be. And you're turning around and you're doing the same thing. So it makes no sense to me.
So do you think they're going to convict her?
I don't think they're going to convict her because y'all. I know you don't want to hear it, but a lot of y'all Democrats don't get convicted.
Don't do that to us.
Y'all don't get convicted.
Y'all
don't get convicted.
We don't get convicted.
Y'all don't get convicted.
We got a man that belongs in an orange suit running for president right now. So you mean to tell me?
And y'all trying y'all hardest to get that man
Hey. Because my thing is, if he's broke the law, why is he able to get away scot-free? Because he has money? Like, why is people with money able to get away with crimes and stuff like that? Broke people got to struggle because they can't pay for the crimes that they do. My thing is, when you get to a certain level of money, you can just pretty much pay to do a crime.
That's facts.
So if we're going to come from Marilyn Mosby and her doing what she did, it's people out here that got money in sex trafficking, drugs, and some more stuff, and we're not coming for them.
I agree, but El Chapo used his money. He didn't use my taxpayer money.
Lord
That's
Jesus.
all I'm saying. He used his money.
I respect it, but
I'm not saying that it's not wrong. I'm not having a wrong or right argument. I'm having a don't use my money to do it.
Don't use my money. I got you. I respect that.
So if you're going to do this crime, you do the crime, you're going to do the time. Don't use my money.
She ain't going to do no time, because if Trump ain't had to do no time, why should she?
She's not going to do no time, just like Fannie ain't going to do no time. Just like Tiffany Henyard of Dalton. I don't care how many FBI agents go in there.
That's a hot mess right there.
They're not going to put that woman in jail. So at the end of the day, all these people, whether you Democrat or Republican, all these people are doing whatever the hell they want to do.
So what does that say about black women in power?
It says a lot. It says they're no different.
I will say this. If black women was in power, right? And this is just me. This is my, whatever. First and foremost, black women, we some smart individuals, right? So all the times when we got trades and terrorist stuff going on, I feel like as a black woman, we can solve a lot of the problems in our world, okay? And the reason being is because a good, solid, loyal, with integrity type of woman, they can solve some problems. Because first and foremost, any woman that can find out where their man's location is when they cheating and so more, and whatever the case may be. We be on it. If a man is cheating, if a man is doing something else, we be like investigators, detectives. We're like the best to do
put
it.
that energy into something good.
But we are the best to do it. So if Black women were in power, and I feel like the world is really threatened by Black women. I feel like the biggest threat in the world is a Black woman. They don't want us in certain positions because they know our influence. They know what we can do.
Okay, so if you think that, right? If you think that, then why? Right? So if you think that, then maybe other Black women think that, right?
Of course.
Okay, cool. So then why would you do what you're doing now? It just makes it worse.
I mean,
it make it worse.
My thing is this: if she went out to create a better life for herself, you have people that are in power that have 4 or 5 homes. They have money. They have kids. The kids got money. The kids got trust fund. They're out here building generational wealth. So she goes out and get a property, in Florida, whatever the case may be,
but you can do all this stuff legally. You're making enough money to do.
Who's to say she isn't? Who's to say that she didn't do it legally?
Them damn charges.
But even then, how much proof is it in that? Because I hear another take that says she used her own money.
Right, but me and you can go out and get properties. We're not in jail. Me and you can buy land and stuff like that. We're not in jail.
Right.
So obviously it's something there, whether it's as big as they're making it out to be, or whether it's as small. That's the never mind. It's something there.
No, they've been out for her since that Freddie Gray stuff.
But you got to give them something. You have to give them something.
Right. I mean, I get it, but it's like, I feel bad in a sense for her because when she did what she did with the Freddie Gray stuff, that wasn't nothing bad. She didn't, with her decisions that she chose to make, they were not bad decisions at all.
But she wasn't in jail.
But it was because she went against the police department. And so now you go against the police department and you get all these officers in jail and stuff like that. You are putting a target on your back. So it didn't matter what she did. The girl could have went and pooped in a tree and they would have found something to say that there was something wrong with that.
No, they sat and waited because I keep telling you, with every politician, there's going to come a day where you're going to be like, yeah, I'm skating. I'm getting away with this. I'm getting away with that. Now you're comfortable and they know it. You're going to get laxed. Okay. You're going to get very laxed and we're going to end up getting you. Okay. And it always happens. Black, white, fat, slim, it don't matter.
No, if you a certain color and got a certain amount of money in your account, you can get away with way more than a Black woman. Period. You ain't gonna.
I don't know.
And let's just be real. You might be on a lighter shade of things, but you might be on a lighter shade of things. But your ass is Black, and they gonna treat you like a Black woman. So it's like at the end of the day, that's like someone saying, "Oh well, Micca ran a speed light and she owe $100 ticket," and then they blow it all up like you blasted all over whatever. Meanwhile, this is the same person that got like 1,000 worth of a speeding ticket.
And they might be right, but I don't give a damn. I'm not giving a state none of that. So they might be right. I'm gonna be quiet before I get a boot. But
I'm just saying.
I'm dead ass. Like at the end of the day, it's always something there. Like I said, it could be exaggerated, it could be minimum, but it's something there. So if you are advocating for something, why give them something?
True. So I can respect your position.
That's my thing.
Allegedly, if she did it,
Tiffany,
allegedly.
So let me move to Tiffany. Tiffany Henyard, there is no allegedly. That woman, to have a whole, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Watching Tiffany is funny. It's funny. It's entertaining. Like a movie. It's entertaining. The whole Nino Brown at the town hall meeting, it was hilarious. However, it's still incorrect. It's still wrong. She, the way she treats the residents in a small town. I live in a small town. You only have but so much funds, and to spend 50, 100 grand on seafood is the most ghetto thing I ever seen in my life. Right. And you're not doing it to white people. You're doing it to your own people. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I don't have respect for it. I don't care if she's Black. I don't have respect for it.
We can agree on that one. Like I'm not even about to debate. You merit everything I have to say on that, because that's a whole hot mess. And my thing is this: as Black women, as much as I love us, we got to make sure we represent each other well, because they're going to see this one woman, Tiffany, and going to assume that every Black woman is just like that. And that's just not the case. There's some women out here that have integrity, that are not going to be on some ghetto hood booger stuff. And That's a hot mess. I can't even formulate my thoughts because she
would
make us
agree.
look bad. She make us look, and then she a brown skin chick, man. She just making me look bad. She making me look bad. I'm not like that. So it's like, it makes me look bad. I mean, Marilyn Mosby, one different situation. I feel like hers is a little bit more genuine. Tiffany's is way more ghetto, way more ratchet. It's giving hood booger with a side of sugar.
The king and queen of Dalton jackets. The child.
The Nino Brown joint was the one.
The Nino Brown took me out. We probably had to add that in here. The Nino Brown took me out. That clip.
When I seen that clip, I was like, "What in the ghetto fabulous is going on?"
No, I went and actually watched the whole town hall meeting because I said, "It's no way. This is
not possible."
She sat there the whole night, and nobody ain't gonna say nothing else. I said, "Yo, that woman is hilarious." But
all black women are like that. Not all black women are like that. PSA. All black women ain't like Tiffany.
Yeah, but when you are in that position, she's not taking it seriously. And anybody that goes up against her, who happens to be a whole black, the trustees are all black. Mm-hmm. Everybody in that town damn near is black. Mm-hmm. So the people that are going up against you are not the man. It's black people. They have a problem with you.
Right.
Like that girl is hilarious, but she
remind me of the principal off of Abbott. It's just like you can't. It's like you can't take her seriously. It's
you
like,
cannot take her
seriously.
When I'm telling you, I'm like, lock her up, but I'm laughing the whole time.
Imagine living there.
No, you're laughing, but you're not laughing because the problem is she's stopping people from starting their businesses. Like anybody that says anything against her, she's just like, I'm just gonna lock you up, or I'm gonna stop you from doing this. So now when they sue her, like when the people that are doing business sue her, you're suing the people. So the people are getting in double. It's just like, get that woman the hell out.
Man, yeah, she's a hot mess.
I can't take that.
Look, bump that woman and her antics. I'm gonna have to take a shot. We're gonna have to pivot on this one.
We gonna
because she got me looking bad as a brown skinned chick, man. She making me look bad out here. Like brown skinned girls down.
Went to Las Vegas, had all the seafood in the world. I said, girl, $50,000 of seafood. Where the hell did you go?
I mean, honestly, it's sad because I'm like, I want to know what it was. I want to know what the platter was because being a Maryland girl, Maryland girls like seafood. That's a trap there.
I'm trying to figure out where she went. Ain't no snow king crab.
She had some fried lobster tails, some soft shell, some caviar, and some other stuff. I'm like, shawty, I don't even know if I spent that much in my lifetime, and I'm from Maryland, by the wharf.
The wigs be laid, so I know she's spending money on the wigs.
Oh, she got the good wig,
the good wigs.
Man, imported.
No, I say get her
straight off the Dominican head.
It is an embarrassing.
She done took the hair from your people, girl.
I'm Cuban. Y'all gonna stop this. I'm Cuban. It's not Puerto Rican. It's not Dominican. It's not Mexican. I'm Cuban.
The Cuban mommy.